DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood-altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Hey guys, welcome to the Mixin Vixens. We got another jam-packed show for you guys today. We have our 4 recipes. We might even have 5 if Emily decides to share hers. We're playing around with rose and ice cream, so it's going to be kind of exciting. I'm going to go around the room so that everybody could say hi. We got Emily here with us. Say hi, Emily.
Hello.
We got Rin.
Hola.
Jennifer.
Hello.
And Alicia will be joining us shortly after, sometime during the show. She's running a little behind big city stuff. So anybody have anything they want to say about their experience with Rose this week? Anything that you found hard? Huh?
Rose is funky.
Funky?
Yeah.
It depends on which one you use.
I don't know. It's just, it's fun to play with, but it's just weird. I'm not all sold on the whole florals thing. I'm not like Hopple and some people. So it was interesting. It was a little bit challenging to work.
Well, it's good. It's good that you tried it anyhow, because I mean that's what the show's about, is trying to stretch ourselves. I didn't. I don't play with florals very often, but when I do, I keep them mild. Did anybody else have any challenges with their rose? Yes.
Yeah, I either got too much flavor or not enough, or it was like grandma's perfume and like the really nasty kind.
Yum. That sounds delicious.
Yeah, like cheap, like dollar store rose scented perfume or body spray.
It's either too delicate or stomps all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, it's a fine balance with Rose.
Yeah.
Jennifer, how about you? You've played with Rose before, though.
Yeah, I used it the way I like it. I like it low, just a little bit of rose in there and a little bit of extra floral. I put a little bit extra in there and some little bit of pink fruit. You have to have something a little bit reddish in there just to enhance the rose.
Yeah, I should have added another flavor other than rose.
Yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and do the spoiler alert. I'll even go first, since I'll go ahead and spoil mine. I did mine with strawberries, and I did a strawberry vanilla swirl ice cream type. But I made it once it's steeped, it tasted like homemade ice cream. It was a lot fluffier. The rose kind of fell in the middle of the strawberry and just brought the strawberry more of a natural type strawberry, like all the way down to the greenish. It's more like a white strawberry. I don't know if you've ever had a white strawberry, but instead of it being a red, juicy strawberry, it ended up tasting more like a white strawberry. A little bit more, I don't even know what the word is, but it's very nice. It's very fluffy. It was a very good experience. And I went safe because I knew strawberry and rose go together. So I kind of cheated. Is my recipe up on the screen yet? I can't see it. Yep, there it is. So let's go over these. I did Red Touch Strawberry from Flavor Art, because that one already has very natural type of a strawberry to it, and it has some green notes to it. So I went ahead and just used that as in my 2.75, which is a little bit high for Red Touch, but when you're blending it with rose, it worked well. I like using TFA regular strawberry instead of any of the other sweeter strawberries when I'm blending with Flavor Art, because it tends to be more on the not too candy side. So it blend. I was trying to keep it all kind of airy and natural with the creams because I didn't want it to be like a jelly strawberry on that cream. For my vanilla ice cream, I used let's see, I used vanilla swirl at 2%, Flavora custard, and cream fresh from Flavor Art. The reason I did that is because vanilla swirl to me is my ice cream. It's what I usually tend to use for ice cream, especially a vanilla ice cream. I used the cream fresh to touch it up with a little extra milk in there to make it a milkier consistency instead of the thicker consistency. Although I think it'll continue to steep. I've only had it made for 7 days. I'm a little bit nose blind to actual vanilla notes unless I add either coconut or almond to it. This one I chose to go with almond because for me, I like ice cream with almond in it. I like it with coconut too, but I mean, I guess you guys must be sick of hearing me playing around with the coconuts, and I figured I'd choose my other enhancer for vanilla. The Flavor custard to me, not the vanilla custard, so I don't want those two confused. The regular custard, it's the darker one. That one is, for me, a creamier note, although I find vanilla notes in it, but it blends really well with vanilla swirl. So I debated on using FA Vanilla Classic or the Flavora custard. I chose Flavora custard because of the creaminess that it would bring to the table, and it steeps in stronger, so it would kind of help that rose along.
Yeah, and I bet you get enough of the vanilla from the vanilla swirl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm vanilla blind, so, you know.
I like that you added almond to your recipe. That's a really
a lot of times you'll find that whenever I make anything vanilla, it's either going to have coconut or almond. And I use it at very low percentages because it's not meant to like taste like it. It's just meant to push that. Those are my tips and tricks for vanilla.
It brings like a fattiness to it. Coconut would do the same thing, a little bit of richness.
Yeah, but you don't like coconut, so I was trying to be friendly to you this week. And others, because there's some people that don't like coconut. So, in most of my recipes, you could probably substitute. If I'm using it really low for that milky note, you could probably substitute it with almond most of the time. And then WS23 was my choice for a coolant because ice cream to me needs to be a little bit chilled. Otherwise, it's just a cream. So I use WS23 at 0.25%, but that's an optional item, just like my sweetener. I didn't use any sweetener in here because for me, this was sweet enough and I didn't want to kill the strawberries or the rose with sweetener. And I find that sometimes sweetener pushes that strawberry up. I mean, that rose up in not a very nice way. So I didn't use it, but you're welcome to use it if you need something sweeter. Anybody have any questions?
Does the strawberry stand out against the rose?
Yeah, the strawberry is stronger than the rose. The rose actually enhances the strawberry rather it being rose forward. Even though the rose is actually at 1.5%, that's still mild when you blend it in with creams. And strawberry.
Yeah, I did notice that the rose could get buried pretty easily if you try to layer it too much.
Yeah.
That's that whole, it's either too strong or too weak to where you can't even really tell it's rose.
Yeah. Right. And this is a total of 11.6% flavoring, but I tried to blend those strawberries in really well with rose.
It looks good. It looks really well balanced. What I'm curious of, did you go right to FA Rose? Or
immediately?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. I've tried them all, and I knew I wanted the FA Rose.
Awesome. It looks good.
Yay. Who's next? Look, down there, everybody a deer in the headlights.
I'll go. So I guess to elaborate while my recipe is getting put up, I struggled a lot with the balance and not adding other florals because I thought about adding other florals to it to kind of make it pop without burying it, but I really wanted it to just be rose. I didn't want it to be confused with any other kind of floral. So of the 6 that I mixed, this one's the one I like the best. The 4 first ones, again, you could either not taste it at all, or it was like cheap potpourri rose. Like I don't actually like rose that much, like scent wise. So yeah, anyway, I didn't like them at all. Similar to you, I used the TFA Vanilla Swirl as the ice cream base. I used a couple different other ones, but again, it either just got buried or whatever. And I just really like Vanilla Swirl. I feel like it blends well with a lot of different things. I used the Inawera Shisha Vanilla to enhance the vanilla note, because personally, I don't find Vanilla Swirl to be very vanilla-y. Like it's more just kind of like a body of creaminess. So I used that. And then
I like the way we all taste things a little bit differently, huh?
Yeah. Like I don't, well, I also use it really low, so that could be why I don't get a lot of vanilla from it. I don't know. I think the most I've mixed that one at was maybe 2%. But I also used rose candy for the first time. It's actually a pretty good flavor. It has like the ethyl maltol kind of feel to it, just a little bit, probably the candy. And then the Flavor Art Rose. And these ones went together pretty well. The Flavor Art Rose is just kind of like straight rose, kind of like a rose water type thing. But it was getting buried really easily. And the rose candy was the one that was a little bit too strong. So I figured maybe if I just put them together, they would kind of just battle each other and work out to be right where I wanted it to be. And it did. So that was good. Plus the rose candy gave it a little bit of like a sweetness that you would get from, I'm sorry if you can hear my neighbors. Gives it a little bit of the sweetness you would find in an ice cream. That's about it. I don't really have anything else to say. But it is rose forward. There was 2 that I ended up liking. The second one was honey mixed in to kind of amp up the floral notes in the Flavor Art, because I just used the Flavor Art Rose for that one. But the problem is the honey I used, they could just be that specific one. I used the Honey Bee by Flavora. It just ran over everything. You could barely taste the rose anymore. Like it was.
Flavora Honeybee is good, but it's so strong and potent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to mix that one. I need to try one of those rose forward ones without mixing it up. I was chicken. I added strawberry.
Yeah. I heavily was thinking about putting other things in there, but I just wanted it to be just rose, nothing else. Because I would imagine like the person that put it up, if they tried mixing it at all, they probably struggled and just wanted it to be rose. I could be wrong about that, but I just personally wanted it to be just rose. So that's what I did. But yeah, the honey mixture was good, but you could barely taste the rose in it. So, and I was running out of time. So I was like,
there's only so much you could do in a week, huh?
Yeah, I don't have time to fiddle with this too much. So I was like, this one's doable. The rose is there. It's good. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. But yeah, it's pretty good.
Sounds good. Sounds good. What did you do, Jennifer?
Well, I started with like 5 different versions with vanilla pudding from Flavora as the base. And with that, I did just the typical ice cream mixture of Flavor Art Vienna cream with the pudding and the Flavora vanilla bean, because that just really brings out the whole vanilla bean ice cream kind of flavor. Yeah. And Sugar Orchid is just there to add a sweet floral note. It's not really there to add much overall flavor. The rose, I had started out with it significantly lower than what it is. I bumped it up to 0.5 because it just, after 2 weeks deep, it kind of disappeared. So it needs to have a little bit more rose. And this last version I did, I put juicy strawberry in it because it just needed a little more sweetness. I didn't want a ton of strawberry flavor. Like I didn't want to be like, it's strawberry ice cream with a hint of rose. 1% of juicy strawberry, though, to me, because I'm kind of muted to it, is about right because I don't get strawberry from it anymore.
Now you get sweetness?
I just get sweetness. So it's not interfering with my rose flavor. Unfortunately, the most recent version I mixed up with this, I ran out of Flavora pudding. And so I threw one-on-one pudding, vanilla pudding in there. It is not a substitute, people.
Good to know.
It tastes like chocolate.
Oh gosh.
So this version ended up being like a chocolate rose
very good together.
No, it's actually not bad. Well, it's not something I enjoy, but the chocolate Turkish delight candies, it does go together, and it actually isn't a bad flavor. But I wasn't looking for chocolate ice cream with rose in it.
Yeah.
So definitely, you have to use the Flavora pudding. No, and a little bit of coolness there too. I'd put WS23 in there like everybody else.
Yeah, for sure. You gotta have that cold ice cream. I like that you use sugar orchid in this because I love that flavor, but I just never know what to do with it because it's such a weird, unique flavor. But I'm not creative enough to. But I can really see how this with that strawberry and the rose can really make a nice, sweet, like a candied floral syrup type thing for the vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, I think sugar orchid, you want to probably aim it more towards candies and dessert kind of things. Even though it didn't quite work in the cake pop that I did, it it does work on its own with frosting. It's delicious.
Yes, it's got like a frosting, like a thick, lazy, sticky sweetness to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe adding it to Zeppela would be better because it'd be almost like a frosting on top of a donut.
Yeah.
Or whatever kind of donut, because I know you taste Zeppela and everything.
Yeah. Oh, I want to try that. That's a great idea, Jen, because it'll even probably fill in the whole, like the space, the airiness of the Zeppela.
Yeah.
I feel space in Zeppela, so.
Yeah.
It is an airy flavor. You taste like the raised glazed donut. It's not cakey kind of donuts, which seems to be what most everybody else went for. This one definitely has the fried kind of glazed yeasty donut. So I would definitely put it with that. It would be yummy. It's like maple. Maple goes with it so well.
All of these look so good. I think I definitely want to try these because they're different takes on how I normally would mix a strawberry. Rose. I always play it safe with that one. I haven't ventured out much, and I was so glad to see the ice cream in here. I was like, not venturing out. I love
that other people are choosing the profiles for us because it makes you stretch your boundaries and really kind of challenge yourself, you know?
Well, for me, this is kind of like a summer vape. I vape florals and things like cucumber and stuff during the summer.
Yeah. I love cucumber in the summer. But
it's delicious.
And I'll do honeysuckle, like longing and stuff like that, but I normally am not one to go with more florals, which I think doing this, it might make me try a couple more, because I know I really Flavora elderflower is one that to me tastes really good. I want to try them in a mix and stuff, but it's a hard balancing act to not get potpourri, to get something that's actually pleasant. So
yeah, I don't like perfumey. I mean, if it tastes like grandma's perfume, I don't want to vape it. It's not going to work for me. And I've vaped enough stuff that has turned out to be grandma's perfume. Like this is no, this is the wrong kind of floral. We don't want this.
Yeah.
The Inawera Wild Rose is straight up grandma perfume. Like, I don't think you could actually work with it. Like, that was the first time I used it. I was like, oh, I haven't used this yet. I might as well. It was horrible. Absolutely awful.
Rin, you said in the chat that you were tempted to use sugar orchid, but you smacked your hand and said no. What happened?
Like I said, I wanted it to be strictly just rose. Just nothing but rose.
That's the same with me. I really like the idea that both Jennifers used of adding strawberry in with it.
We cheated. we cheated because we knew how that it works well with strawberry.
Yeah. And I did. I guess we could show mine. I went with just rose vanilla ice cream. And so, and
by the way, I love your comment on it.
Thanks. Well, in case I wanted to share it, I want to make sure that I could just click the little check marks and not get an error saying you don't have enough words in your description. But I normally go like if I'm doing an ice cream, my normal go-to is TFA vanilla bean ice cream with a touch of Mixin French vanilla ice cream. I didn't want to do that this time. I wanted to try how Capella vanilla bean ice cream works with Mixin French vanilla ice cream because a lot of people get pepper notes from TFA. And two, I've never really played with that combination. And so I just saw this as an excuse to just kind of have some fun, take a risk, and play around with it. And Capella's vanilla and all their vanilla stuff, it's a really nice vanilla. And I want the kind of the heavy baseness of the vanilla and the ice cream to complement that light, because rose can be, any florals can be top heavy and can be, so I really wanted those two to kind of complement each other. So then, because the Mixin French vanilla ice cream brings in that buttery, bassy creaminess, that smoothness. It's really good. And then I bumped up the vanilla. I did 2% Anywhere Shisha vanilla. And then I actually went with rose candy from TFA this time instead of FA rose. I tried FA rose, but it was a little too green for me. And it got chalky. Rose candy just seemed a little of the two. Those are the only two roses I tried, but rose candy seemed a little more, I guess, pleasant to vape.
Yeah, it is more candy-ish, so it works better sometimes for some people. I mean, that's why I didn't use FA very high, because it does go powdery.
Yeah, it can be pretty chalky. And I wanted to keep it creamy, because it's an ice cream. And then, oh, by the way, Jennifer is having some internet. The TheJuiceFairy is having some internet issues, so she had to dip out. But then the last ingredient, which may seem a little weird to you guys, is I did 1% Capella Vanilla Cupcake. And I have been using Capella Vanilla Cupcake at low amounts as a sweetener a lot, because it brings more of that Capella vanilla note that I love so much. And it also helps to thicken up the ice cream, because it's just Capella or vanilla cupcake at low percent is like just the frosting. Higher percent, you get more of the cake, but low percent is just the frosting. So it just kind of thickens up everything, gives it a nice sweetness with that Capella vanilla note in it.
Probably helps smell the floral too.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of that sharp edge off, so it's not so potpourri-ish.
Yeah, I used to do that with TFA's vanilla cupcake, because I don't like adding sweetener. I just don't. I'd rather use something that's inherently sweet to like add that sweetness. I think it's less harsh. And I was going to use French vanilla ice cream, but I don't have it. You're muted. Oh no.
Sorry. Mixin French vanilla ice cream at just low percent. It's like a cheat code to me with any ice cream, just because if you want like a rich, like if you're doing a sherbet or something, you don't use it. But if you're doing something that's rich and you want it like heavy, because it's just so buttery and rich and good, you just add that in. Like I said, normally I do TFA because it's buttery as well, and then that's like my magic combination. But it worked really well with Capella this time as well.
That's good. Let me look at it. Where to go? Yeah, I haven't messed with the vanilla bean ice cream by Capella. I don't think I like it. It reminds me of that damn custard. Does it taste similar to you? The vanilla custard and the ice cream?
Yeah, Cabela's, their vanilla is a very distinct flavor they use in whether it's the vanilla cupcake, cake batter, vanilla custard. It is very distinct, and I know a lot of people. If you don't like vanilla custard, you're not going to like their vanilla ice cream. So by all means, sub for TFA if you don't get pepper, or even Liquid Barn vanilla ice cream would do well in here as well.
Unless you get pepper from that too.
What? People get pepper from Liquid Barn too?
I do.
Oh my goodness, you poor thing.
Flavor West, TFAs, Liquid Barns, a couple other ones that I've tried.
So hence your Vienna cream.
Yes.
I almost did the whole fresh cream Vienna cream combo too. It was like the old school ice cream. But I wanted to make it, I was trying to go for simple.
Fresh cream is too thin though to be really a true ice cream. Vienna cream gives it that bright ice cream flavor. It's not the rich French vanilla kind of ice cream, which has that almost, it's like guar gum, that gummy kind of thickness to it that French vanilla ice cream has. I wanted more of the bright, fresh milk ice cream. That's a lighter kind of ice cream with the lighter vanilla bean notes.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I've never had rose vanilla ice cream in real life. I don't know if it's like a heavier vanilla intense ice cream or if it's a lighter.
The one that I had at the hotel that I worked at was a very light, delicate kind of ice cream. It was almost like Greek yogurt ice cream.
Oh, okay.
Like it was that kind of texture. It was very icy, and it was very mild, just delicate rose flavor. It was quite yummy.
Well, knowing that, I probably would rework this recipe different entirely. I was just trying to see what like a heavy, dense vanilla ice cream, how that would play with the rose. Not ever having it before, and it turned out okay. Like it's not horrible or anything. It's pretty good.
No, I mean you can do it thick too. I mean you could have a thick custard that's a rose flavored. There's lots of stuff you can put various rose flavors into it that's in cooking. It's really good. I love eating rose. It's delicious.
I don't think I've ever eaten anything that was rose flavored.
Yeah, violets, roses. No rose cocktail.
Yeah, that's a great segue into mine. I mean,
and Alicia has joined us now.
hi.
Alicia finally joined us. Well, you are a little quiet though.
Am I? Here, let me adjust my settings. Hold on. Is that better? Is that Emily? Is that better?
A little, yeah.
I can go up a little higher.
Oh, that's better. Perfect.
Okay. All right. Okay. So speaking of rose things that you eat, or I guess drink in this instance, there's like this bar that I went to recently. They had this rose cocktail that it had definitely a lot of rose to it. And there was like a hint of orange, but I didn't want to play with orange. So I didn't bother with putting that in my recipe. But it was like a delicious bourbon cocktail. And of course, they use 4 roses for their bourbon. So, like I can't frown on that. 4 roses is so delicious. But yeah, so I decided to kind of convert that into ice cream form. I have a tendency to make a lot of alcoholic ice cream, like real alcoholic ice cream. So I was like, I might as well do what I normally do and make a alcoholic version of this vanilla rose ice cream. So it's called High Garden because, well, Game of Thrones. Got to throw a little Game of Thrones in there. But so on mine, I went with, of course, F.A. Rose, which I saw that most of you did. I was watching while I was on my way here. I just didn't get to really participate in the chat or anything because I was running to my apartment to make it at least before the show ended. But so for the F.A. Rose, I ended up putting 1% in there, which I saw was higher than some of you, but not all of you. And then the Kentucky bourbon, I used that one, which towards the end of my testing, I can no longer taste Kentucky bourbon. I can't even smell it now. So I don't know how potent it is in this final mix. So you guys might have to tell me. So I had other people test it out, and
so much of it, you're blind to it now.
Yeah, and smell. I can't even smell it anymore. And like I had somebody else smell it, and like, oh, I can smell some bourbon in there. I was like, okay, good, you can smell that because I can't. But I wanted it to like have a nice sweetness to it, and so vanilla ice cream by LB, it already is on the sweeter side, and like the rose itself, it's not like super sweet or anything like that, but it has that not like a sugary feel to it, but it's not like it's a floral. It's not going to be like a sharp flavor. It's a softer note, which is good. But I wanted to kind of cut some of that like cloying mouthfeel that I was getting from the combination. So I added in a bit of the lime Tahiti cold press, which actually like helped hit the right notes that I was looking for, especially since there was that slight citrus element of the orange in that cocktail I was drinking. And then like the Coolata, you can use whatever cooling agent you choose to have. I only have Coolata. I don't have that WS-23 like everyone else because I'm not cool like that. So I got to get it.
Well, I'm the only one who didn't put cooling in the recipe because I guess it's implied to me that it's like optional.
Yeah.
You want. But you guys are on the ball with the whole WS-23 stuff.
Yeah, I gotta get it. But I got to vape this when it first, at first mix. This final version, I only ended up finishing it yesterday. So like before I left for Philadelphia yesterday. So I didn't get to try it steeped, but I'm kind of glad that I ended up doing 1% on the rose so that it doesn't drop off. It didn't, from what I got from it, it wasn't like that heavy floral, the grandma's perfume like you guys are mentioning. But it was definite, it's rose forward, and then that hint of citrus, and then the bourbon background on it. So
it's a really good idea. I bet it just cuts right through it.
It does. It helps a lot. I recommend it. Let's see. What else do I want to add to that? I mean, do you have any questions for me on it?
Oh, as far as Kentucky bourbon, you said you wanted to do, you like putting alcohol in your ice creams. And did you try any other type of liquor flavors, or like Kentucky bourbon kind of your go-to when you
I considered others. I pulled a few out, and then I did not try mixing with them at all. I wanted to go with a bourbon, and I wanted to go with a bourbon that I trusted. And Kentucky bourbon is a solid bourbon. I mean, there's others that probably could have done a solid job as well, but if I wanted to go for others, I would probably have gone with a different liquor in general. But like if there was like a solid not vodka, because I don't want it to taste like rubbing alcohol is in there or something like that, but like maybe a tequila would be kind of fun in there. Tequila and rose seems kind of like an interesting, weird, out there idea, but I bet it would be pretty tasty.
Is there tequila flavors?
I don't know actually. I can look really quick.
Flavor West, I believe, has one, and I think Vape Train now has one.
Oh yeah, I knew Vape. Yeah, I heard Vape Train has one. They have a lot of different boozes. What I'm wondering, Alicia, is I see you were using Liquid Bar and vanilla ice cream at 3%.
Mm-hmm.
How much cream is actually coming through all of this? Normally, I use Liquid Bar at like 5 or 6%, so I've never really played with it that low.
Considering I vape on a T10 tank, it comes through very clearly for me. Yeah, I don't vape on the low watt devices. So most of my mixes, they're going to be lower on the percents on a lot of things. So keep that in mind if you're mixing any of my stuff. If you do decide to mix it and you're not getting enough flavor from it, you can always try upping the percentage across the board, and then that might help you. Like don't make sure it's a even upgrading on it, not just
Yeah.
one or two flavors. Otherwise, it's
You
not the
gotta
same.
keep the ratio the same.
Yeah, keep the ratio the same, but overall percentage have that increased. And if you're using a lower watt device, but like since everything I use is such high wattage, I get those flavors coming through without any issues. I've actually been using vanilla ice cream by Liquid Barn at 3% in quite a few of my mixes, and I haven't had any issues with it at that low. I like it, and I considered using actually some of the aged bourbon cream in there. I've used that before to back it up, and I felt like that could also help tie that Kentucky bourbon into the rest of the mix, because it's not actually like a bourbon flavor or anything. It's more of like this vanilla cream, and it has some interesting notes to it that go well, of course, with the Kentucky bourbon. But,
is this the real flavors you're talking about?
Yeah, that aged bourbon. I think I have it back there.
I heard that was one of them that was worth picking up.
It is. It's a great flavor. I've used it a handful of times at a couple different recipes, and every time I've used it, I've been very happy with it. It's a solid flavor. I didn't use it in this mix because I wanted to keep this mix a little bit more simple. I didn't end up, I didn't want to have a mix where it was like 8 different flavors. I could have totally gone there with this recipe. I could have added the citrus note with using orange or something like that. I could have added maybe some sort of a spice to it. I considered adding some shisha punch. And then I decided to steer clear of that because although I like that one as a bitters, it's got this not like a straight up bitters flavor to it, but it's got this spicy combination of things that has going on that would have worked well here. But I didn't want it to overpower the rose, and I didn't want to up that rose any further.
It's easy to overpower stuff with that shisha.
Yeah. It really is.
I think that spice would be really interesting with rose, but I would think you would have to use it super, super low.
Yeah, I'd assume if you were to add that in there, you'd probably use it at 0.05% or something.
Yeah.
Super low. I wouldn't go too high with that one anyway. It's a pretty potent flavor on its own. Let's see. So I saw that 2 of you ended up using the strawberry. I find that hilarious that Jarvis, that you can't taste that strawberry anymore, and it just adds sweetness.
Yeah, I over-vaped it when it first came out.
Oh. That'll do it.
3 months straight, I was vaping it, and I kept having to turn it up further and further and further until I got to a point where it was tasting like maltol. That's all it tasted like. It was like, yeah, it's time to back off this flavor.
I really think that's the problem with the majority of people who can't taste strawberry, is that because the most popular, when you get off cigarettes, the most popular flavors are strawberry flavors, and so I think it's just overuse.
It definitely, that's my issue. I go flavor blind to stuff fast. The more sensitive you are, the faster you go flavor blind. And then it seems you also have the opposite direction of people who are flavor blind normally. They just are muted tasters. They can't taste much. They eat hot, spicy food and they love it because they can't hardly taste anything. They over salt everything. They over sweeten stuff. Those, usually if you have that kind of pattern of food intake, you're going to be a muted vapor. It's biological. But you go blind fast. The higher percentage you put in your face, the faster you will go blind to it. It's like working at a Yankee Candle store. You can't smell it after a while. Bath and Body Works, same thing. You're in there around that lotion all day. You stop smelling it by the end of the day.
Yeah. If you vape coffee, would it bring it back?
No.
Similar to when you sniff coffee at the candle things?
Well, when you walk into your own house, do you smell your own house?
Oh God, yeah. If I've been outside and I come back into my house, I smell it.
But then how many minutes is that smell gone? Whatever.
About 10. It takes about 10 minutes for me to acclimate to something.
Okay. Yeah, I think within 2 minutes of walking into my house, I don't smell anything anymore. So
I've got a bunch of those Scentsy warmers, and I'm constantly switching up the aromas because of that fact. I want to be able to smell my house and have it smell good.
They make some good scents, but they're so expensive.
That's why you just use what you've got.
Yeah.
Right
You've got
here. Like
gold.
I refill mine. I legitimately refill those, like the ones that are not supposed to be refillable. I pop the top off of them. I throw some PG in there and some flavor and call it a
That's
day.
awesome.
I've done that probably like 5 times now. I mean, getting the right amount of flavoring in there where you can actually smell it, that's key. Like I feel like you have to use more flavoring than you would want to. But if it's like a flavor that you're not going to vape a bunch of, or you got way too much of it and it smells delicious, like might as well. I mean, that's what I use my juicy peach for. I can't vape that shit. I got a 4-ounce bottle of it. Like, and when I first started mixing, because I was like, oh, this smells fantastic when I got the little tiny dram. And then I immediately regretted it after I finally actually vaped it and just felt like
Rape.
oh God, yes. I was like, I can't, like, I need cold water just streaming down my throat until I can't breathe anymore because this has hurt so much. Not
for some of her flavorings for water enhancers. That's a good idea too.
Oh, for what?
The water enhancers.
Oh, yeah. My sister's getting one of those soon. Not the Soda Stream, but a different one. It's like there was a Kickstarter for it, and she's like, "Hey, so you got all those flavors? Can I steal some?" I'm like, God. I bet that would work well. Try Flavora lime in beer. You'll lose your mind.
That sounds good. I'm not normally a beer person, but like the type of beer I do like, I like the lighter kind of beers, and even like Bud Light with lime is really good. So I bet that would Flavora lime in like a Dos Equis or something would be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like Corona too. Don't they put lime in like real limes in a bottle of Corona?
They do. Yeah, but when you're allergic to lime, you don't do that.
Oh.
So I could probably add that flavoring in there. It'd be less citrus than an actual lime.
It'd be good.
So, yeah, that's the other reason I had to go with that lime Tahiti cold press is it's not as harsh of an acid as some of the other limes that are out there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not as damaging to my tongue. But that also could probably have been a reason why I stopped really tasting the bourbon. My taste buds might be all messed up from all the lime.
Possible.
Yeah, I'll have to give my taste buds a rest and then try it again next week.
Do you enjoy gin? Gin is also another one that goes with rose if you want to do something.
I don't think I have any gin flavors. Do you have any that you recommend?
The only one I've got at the moment is Flavor Arts gin, and I've used it many times. It's very much juniper berry. It's more almost like juniper berry tea rather than gin because I don't get a ton of alcohol booziness from it. But it's really good. I like it with the rose.
I'll have to what other like alcoholic or liquor flavors do you have that you really like?
I like whiskey. Flavor Art whiskey is pretty good. Like if I'm doing a booze type mix and I just wanted to make it more boozy without having it lean one way or the other, a lot of times I'll use whiskey because it doesn't have like that huge strong, I guess, peaty flavor that whiskey normally like real whiskey does. So it's a little bit less obtrusive, but it's very, very boozy.
Mm-hmm. I did pull that one out and then I just put it back, to be honest. Because I was like, I already knew.
It's not broke, right? You already know what Kentucky bourbon tastes like, you know?
Exactly. And like, I don't have to do nearly as much flavor testing on or figuring out the percentages like as much. Like I did mess with them a little bit. And some of the versions I upped the percentage on them because I was like, I'm not tasting this anymore. Like what's going on? Oh, blew out my.
You just stay away from Kentucky bourbon for a while so you can start tasting it again.
Maybe I'll remake it with whiskey and then see if that comes back.
Or maybe swap out the lime for a blood orange.
I could do that too. Blood orange may be nice. I do have blood orange.
I think that would go good with the rose and.
I have a feeling I'm going to keep working on this recipe and making it. I mean, only a week to spend on the recipe. Like I feel like this one could be vastly improved. I mean, it's still tasty, but I feel like there's a lot more that could be done to make it better.
They just end up with like 6 different versions of it, and it's just all different separate recipes.
True. I mean, I kept one of the tea recipes from the tea vape because it's more of like a sweetened tea with like the hint of fruit, and I really like it, but I never released it. I should probably release that one.
This is how we end up building up notebooks upon notebooks of recipes.
I started going through and deleting some of like all my failed ones because I'm like, there's just so many recipes sitting in here, and it takes so long to like go through and find the one you're looking for, and I'm getting sick of it.
Yeah,
Like, no, you were failed.
I'll be working towards a profile, and one of the versions isn't at all what I want, but it's still really good. And so I'm like, I'll get file sidetracked and go on that. And so, yeah, I end up with lots of different recipes that way too many.
Emily, it looks like Shindo feels the need to correct you that bourbon has no peat.
Bourbon doesn't have peat, but doesn't whiskey? Or is that just scotch that has peat? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, FA whiskey is boozy without being too whiskey-y.
Are you referring like more to the like almost like smoky note?
I don't know.
No,
I'm not
like
a
a
drinker.
mossy.
I have no idea.
It's an earthy, grassy, kind of peaty moss note. It's you have to know what the note is to really be able to describe it. Because it's like it's got that earthiness to it, but it's got that green softness with a little bit of fuzziness to it.
I'm right though about FA whiskey, right? Can anyone else back me up on that?
Let me sniff it. I know I wrote the reviews for it.
Shrek Juarez said that some Scottish whiskey is peated.
JJ or Ren, have either of you had FA whiskey?
I don't know. Let me see if I have it.
Oh, okay. So you don't remember trying it, but it's...
No, I do not.
Okay, Scotch is peat. Thanks, Shindo. Whatever is in whiskey, that if it's not peat, whatever. I'm just saying FA whiskey is it's a good boozy without being obtrusive, I guess. Intrusive. Like it's, I don't know, you can bend it to go towards something else more easier, I guess. I don't know.
I want a good cognac flavor.
Well, I have brandy.
Brandy's another good one. I like FA brandy.
Downstairs.
Like I've been on a cognac kick lately. Like I don't know how many bottles of like cognac my roommate and I have probably gone through in the last couple months, but the fastest out of all the other liquors we'll get. Like VSOP.
I get the peaty note from brandy. I can smell it in this. If I recall, the whiskey is the one that has the woody notes. This has the warm, soft. It's almost somewhere between a woody mushroom and a little bit of a grassy dirt note.
Delicious.
But that's what it's supposed to remind you of something. So this combination reminds you of a brandy. So it's there. I would mix with this with some caution. But it goes well with tobacco.
I got a bunch of, well, not a bunch, a few booze flavors from Vape Train coming any day now. Because supposedly they make the best from people I've asked.
That's what I've heard. But I don't have any desire to make boozy flavors. That's just not my thing. But I heard if you do like alcohol type flavors, Vape Train.
I'm very interested to know if there's any in there that in particular that you like a lot. I have a mix that I want to work on specifically on the bourbon realm, but yeah, let me know. Did you get one that's like a bourbon flavor, Ren?
I did. I got bourbon.
Okay.
I got bourbon, brandy. I think that's it. There's a couple I'm looking at on Bull City because Bull City sells a few as well. Because I heard the Russian vodka was actually really good. I'm not big on vodka because I kind of drunk myself out of it when I was like not even legal to drink.
I'm gonna try the vodka one.
That was me and Jose Cuervo Gold. Never again.
But I still want to get it just to see. But yeah, I figure I'd start with those two, and then the ones that I want that are available from Bull City, I'll just get from there because it's quicker, much quicker.
Yeah, I need to put in an order from them this week, so maybe I'll add that one in. I don't want to give away recipes.
Bitters. I have Vape Train bitters. It smells like lemon juice. Like that's all it smells like. It smells like straight lemon.
I will avoid that one then.
Ooh, and it's really bitter. Ooh.
So, do you guys think we have time to do a giveaway?
Do I have anything left to give away?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I could do like I could do one of the sticker packs. I don't know if we have any other give. Oh, I could do an ATF giveaway.
Yeah.
Guys, anyone interested in an ATF giveaway along with some awesome stickers and like, you know, the vinyl iron-ons and
cool
and shit?
stickers.
I know the stickers are so cool. I gotta make some more to be honest, but it's gonna happen. I have only like the darker, almost like bronze-ish colored ones right now, but I want to mix more of the holographic ones because those are just so. Yeah. All right. So if anyone wants to participate in this giveaway, in the chat, put 789. And then once, I don't know, I'll give you guys like a minute or two. You can enter 789.
Do we have
And,
any viewer recipes to showcase today? Has anyone been?
There's been a couple on the Facebook page, but unfortunately I'm missing flavors for the ones that I saw. So I told them when I get those flavors, I'll mix them, but I don't have the stuff to do it. So
Okay. Yeah, keep submitting your mix-alongs, guys, and we'll spotlight you on our show.
Steam 789. You're right. 7 is not 9, but 789. 7 was hungry.
What's the joke? Why was 7 full? Or why didn't he eat his dinner or something?
No. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 789.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't. My niece doesn't get that one yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to
She
remember
just
all
turned
the
4
silly
though.
jokes because my niece just turned 5 and she's starting to understand jokes and like knock jokes and stuff. I'll have to tell her that one.
My niece seems to think that she's doing the same thing that Friction's kid is doing not too long ago, calling things poopy face.
Oh God!
She just started that one. She kept referring to Winston as a poopy face because he didn't want to go with her. He wanted to stay with me when I was over there, and I was like, okay, well, yeah. I mean, he does have brown spots on his face, but he's not a poopy face. I mean, that's just his. All right. I was like, is he a poopy face? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, sure. She's like, don't, like, basically, if you try to argue with her on it, then she like scream cries at you saying that no, he is a poopy face. You're wrong. He's a poopy face. And I'm just like, okay, thanks. I feel like I've said that enough now that never need to say that phrasing again. All right. So 789, I'm going to copy this out of the chat and I'm going to get this ready for the, all right. It'll take me a minute, as per usual, but no more are being accepted. So if you didn't enter, sorry.
If you didn't enter, hashtag poopy face.
Yeah, you're a poopy face if you didn't enter. So
Are not sorry.
Am I ever sorry? No. So I'm almost done getting it ready. So did you guys have a good weekend?
I did. It was beautiful. So I did nothing but like hang out on the patio all weekend.
I wish my weekend was as lazy, like, you know, calm and like lazy Sunday is that? Well, no. Lazy Sundays are great. I love a lazy weekend. The lazy weekends are like the best freaking weekends. And then they're not. Realize you have like stuff to get done or something.
Pretty much.
How about you,
No, it's
JJ and Ren? How was your weekend?
Relaxing. So that's good.
Good.
Just to chill, play my game.
What game you playing?
Far Cry 5.
Ah, nice.
Liberating people.
That's the one in Kenya or something, right?
What?
That's the one in somewhere in Africa, right?
That was the last one that was, well, they have one that's centered in, I think, an Asian country that was 4. Then Primal, which is like prehistoric, so it's not really, doesn't exist. And then this last one, the 5, is more of like Hicktown. So it's like, they're not real places. So they're, you know, whatever, but they're like country. Redneck.
Okay. I like the Far Cry series. I think they make good games.
Yeah, they're very fun.
All right, I'm ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and share this out. Also, I think I need to pick up Far Cry. It's not giving me. There we go. Okay, so like normal, refresh this 3 times. And on the 3rd one, that's the winner. So, and the winner gets a alltheflavors.com 12-month pro subscription. So, you know, that's pretty awesome and enjoy. And you get a bunch of stickers and stuff. So let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Mr. Burgundy, you came up twice on there. How did that even happen? That's the random number generator gods must love you.
Nice.
So, Mr. Burgundy, congratulations. You are now the winner and the proud owner of some stickers, some a vinyl, iron-on, and all the flavors 12-month pro subscription. Congratulations.
Woohoo. Some sweet stickers, man. You'll have to post some pics on Facebook where you display these sweet stickers.
Yeah, definitely. And then also, you know, hit me up. Send me your mailing address so I can get you your stickers and vinyl and stuff. I think I still need to send out other. So, yeah, I'll get that out to you probably tomorrow. If I get around to cutting more stickers tonight. Otherwise, you just get the brown stickers, which are still awesome because they're like metallic. You might like those better than the holographic. You'll have to let me know if you want the holographic ones and if you want to wait for that. But other than that, you know, whatever.
Yeah. So are next week, are we talking about next week, or do they have to watch the Facebook for that one?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What we're doing next week.
Next week.
Oh.
Yeah, the show for next week.
Oh. You know, we've been so lazy on getting it up on time on the Facebook. We might want to actually start announcing them on the show.
Yeah. Our next one in line looks like some sort of raspberry pastry with a creamy topping.
Yeah, it's like dripping down it.
Maybe some orange in there.
James, can you grab that picture and show it for us? That would be awesome. I think it should be in our Discord.
I mean, if he can't grab it, I can always show it real quick. I've got it on screen.
And then we'll have to make sure that one of us like tonight puts it up on Facebook.
Yeah, I asked you guys if you wanted me to just do it after the show, because otherwise, like, I'm at work and I can't do it at work because it's blocked.
If you're okay with that would be absolutely fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, Jim, we know we're procrastinators, and also we're not as organized as we look. I mean, look at all those flavors. They might look organized, but they're not.
Yeah, mine don't.
You've
Mine
seen
are-
my flavor drawer.
Yeah, we need to work on not procrastinating, but whatever.
Oh,
We're gonna do it. You do it. You don't blame us for procrastinating. You do it too.
and
Unless you're like, what, Emily?
And Beto wants to know if the iron-on logo will work on a hat.
Technically, yeah. I mean, as long as it's fabric that can take vinyl iron-ons, I don't know why it wouldn't work. It would be probably you'd probably want to go with the smaller one, of course. Which, I mean, the ones that I have, they're on the slightly larger size. I can make a small one if you end up winning, and I'd be happy to send you a smaller one. You can try putting on a hat. Oh, it looks like the picture is up now. So that's next week's profile.
Oh my God, that looks amazing.
Right? Isn't that delicious? Like, I don't even know what those are, but I think I want to find the recipe for them and actually make them. It looks like there's like some sort of like a granola bottom, and then this.
Is that like raspberry and white chocolate?
I think that's like maybe a white chocolate frosting. I mean, I'm hoping that that's a white chocolate because it looks like it'd be really good.
It could be.
Yeah, I don't know. It's however you perceive it to be.
Yeah, interpret it.
Yeah.
I mean, not all of them look like they have a granola bottom. Only some of them do.
It
But
does
either
look like
way-
it has a graham bottom, maybe.
Yeah, on some of them, not all though. It looks kind of almost like a white chocolate fudge with raspberries on it. That's how I'm seeing it.
Might be an orange white chocolate fudge.
Mm.
Could be. You'll have to wait next week and find out how we interpreted this, guys.
However you interpret it too, you might want to make it and then post it, and we can
For sure.
we can
Hashtag mix and
talk
mix.
about it. Yeah, don't forget, always hashtag us if you're gonna post the recipes, and then also don't forget, you gotta rate and review or whatever if you decide to mix our stuff up and you're making the actual recipe, not subbing stuff out. If you do sub stuff out, put that in your review if you're going to review it anyway. I'm just gonna start doing the closeout.
Do it.
I'm ready. Make sure to go onto the Facebook group and post those flavor profiles that you want us to mix up. Keep in mind, it is coming up to be summertime, right? So we want some more summer mixes. I'm sure you probably do too. So, if you want to see something more fresh, post that. There is the usual post that you can put it in. Hopefully our judges will select it if it's really good. But we want to make stuff that you guys want us to make. So make sure you post. Otherwise, we're limited on our options here, and we're left to the judges' decisions. Try to make a better version than ours. If you think you can make a better vanilla rose ice cream, or however you interpret that photo, post it, hashtag it, and link it in the Facebook group so we can see it easier. I'm going to be honest, I don't really search for the hashtag MIXINVIXENS. I'm not sure if the other girls do. I'm kind of lazy about it. I do it sometimes, but it's really like maybe once a month. So don't count on us looking at it if you just only hashtag it. So try to link it if possible.
Or tag us.
Oh yeah, tag us too. Definitely tag us.
We see it.
Yeah. And then let's see. Other than that, I wanted to say thank you to all the flavors for helping us out with these giveaways, and Bull City for hooking us up with the flavor concentrates that we need so we can make these recipes for you guys, because that's what it's all about, is you guys. And if we get a little extra flavor every now and then, that helps too. But yeah, other than that, you can find us all. We got links in the description there for all of the recipes from today. And I think we still have some links in there for, all of our shill stuff. So we don't
find us, hike and
shill
support
to you.
us.
Yeah, exactly. If you like our stuff, rate it. If you don't like our stuff, rate it. Tell us what you think could be used to improve it, something if you don't like it. So all feedback is welcome.
Yeah,
but
it's definitely Welcome.
Yes, it's important. Feedback is important because if we make something and we only like it and we're the only ones that like it and you guys don't like it, then there's no point in mixing anything else, right? Why mix our stuff if you don't like it? Other than that, I have nothing left. Do any of you ladies have anything you want to say?
Nope.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good day.
Day.
Bye.
Bye.